This is why I got an attitude about the story. Because somebody else's moment was hijacked. When you woke up in the morning, when all of us woke up in the morning, the story was not how great Versus was. The story was not, ooh, that was a Versus for the history books. The story was not, ooh, Versus was so good. The story is Tamar Braxton, Cash Money No Limit Versus. That, I think that did a disservice to the whole thing. Hijacked somebody else's, now I'm not implying that it was intentional. Somebody else's moment was hijacked. The next morning, none of the stories related to Versus should have had anything to do with the Tamar Braxton. First thing.
So let's get into why Birdman suddenly has everybody losing their minds. Kamora Lee has her daughters calling him Uncle Birdman. Keisha Cole literally got into a fight with another woman because of him. And now Toni and Tamar are arguing over who was with him first. The sisters have been dragging Tamar nonstop, calling her every name in the book for supposedly messing around with Birdman. But the part that sent me? Finding out Toni actually did the exact same thing to Tamar first. Relax, because it gets even messier. And the brat isn't letting anyone paint Tamar as a homewrecker this time. She came with receipts claiming Tamar didn't take Toni's man. According to her, it's the other way around. Tamar was dealing with Birdman before Toni ever entered the picture, and even after everything, she still tried to keep the peace instead of turning it into a war. But is the brat telling the truth? Or is this just another celebrity lie spreading online? People have been clowning Tamar for being all over Birdman, rubbing his head, acting cozy, while Toni, the actual wife, was at home.
Tamar, girl, why are you wiping the sweat off of Birdman's hair like that, sis? Now, as a married woman, I think I can grab the mic real quick and speak on this, because even though it may, like, she may be innocently doing it, girl, no, you don't do that. Like, the man's been performing on stage all this time, and he don't need you wiping the sweat off his head. Now, I'm hoping it was just like a gesture, but girl, y'all are all performers. Like, don't do that.
Tamar was in the background acting like Birdman was her man. At one point, she was literally wiping sweat off his forehead, smiling like they had something going on. Viewers found it weird and called it inappropriate instantly. Tamar jumped to defend herself, saying she was simply standing in for her sister. She even posted a video of her, Birdman, and Toni on FaceTime to prove everything was fine. But people weren't buying any of it. There's supporting a sibling, and then there's doing a little too much. That's why things exploded when Tawanda exposed Tamar for allegedly sneaking around with Birdman behind Toni's back. It all kicked off when Tamar tried to embarrass Tawanda, bragging that she knew where she lived because she was the one who helped pay the down payment on her house.
Do I know where you live?
Well, of course you don't come. So
Exactly.
my thing,
So how would I
I know
give
where
it
you
to
live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit card.
But Tamar didn't stop there. She accused Tawanda of using her credit cards for years without permission. And honestly, nobody was shocked because Tawanda has a whole history of borrowing things that don't belong to her. People still remember the accusations about her taking their mom's social security checks and allegedly taking money from Toni too.
Tawanda, baby, I love her to pieces. But hide your stuff when she come over, because she snatched the wig off your head when you look the other way. She's super sneaky, clever, and crafty.
Tawanda's bankruptcy documents show she owes nearly $500,000, including a $35,000 loan from Tamar for that house down payment. So Tamar wasn't lying. She had paperwork backing her claims. And it fits the pattern of Tawanda allegedly dipping into her sister's resources and expecting no consequences.
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't be looking like that, you snake-ass son of a gun. You're a snake, and then you like controversy, and you like all of that. So why would you do that?
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't give me that look. You're a snake. You thrive on mess. So why would you pull something like that? But Tawanda wasn't about to let Tamar walk away victorious. She clapped back with something nuclear.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit cards. And help
But
me.
what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You sold men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them.
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the ring.
Oh,
Oh, you're such a liar. Such a liar.
Tawanda dropped the bomb that Tamar had been fooling around with her sister's man. Tamar absolutely snapped, clearly blindsided. But the person who looked the most stunned was Toni.
Toni Braxton?
Toni Braxton, I got you
Toni
on the phone.
Braxton. No, Toni Braxton ain't never had your back.
I got Toni Braxton.
I want it on
No,
record.
I want it on
national television. You want to say I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back
Lord
when it
Jesus,
came to
give
your
me-
Lord.
Tawanda had apparently been sitting on this information for who knows how long, waiting for the perfect moment to use it against Tamar. And judging by Trina's reaction, she already knew, which made it even weirder. How do you keep something like that from your own sister? One sister sleeping with another sister's man? And according to Tawanda, it wasn't even one man, it was two. At this point, it feels like the Braxton sisters don't even like each other. The internet immediately started digging to figure out who she meant. Tamar was rumored to be messing with Birdman and also Carrie Lewis from Mint Condition. That rumor goes back to 2011, when a blogger claimed Tamar hooked up with Toni's ex-husband because she wanted to level up and get into the industry circles. And to make it even messier, the same blog said Toni was with Vince first before passing him to Tamar to Let's Not Act Brand New. Tamar has been called out before for messing with married or taken men. She got dragged when people accused her of being involved with Michael Malden, Jermaine Dupri's father. So hearing she might have crossed the line with her sister's ex didn't sound far-fetched to many people, especially if she thought it would boost her career. And then later, she got close with Birdman again, and we all saw how comfortable they were together. Meanwhile, Tawanda and Trina didn't act anything like that around him during the Versus battle. Isn't he their brother-in-law too? But even though Tamar has feuded with her sisters for years, DaBrat claims this situation isn't one of those times where Tamar is actually guilty.
DaBrat and Tamar worked in this nation. They became close, they became friends, whatever. So if you know, the Braxtons came out last week, and Tawanda stated that Tamar slept with Toni's ex, yada yada yada. There was a Versus last weekend. Tamar was on stage with Birdman, wiping off his sweat, stopping him from drinking, getting drunk, whatever. Now it's going around that Tamar and Birdman dated back in 2003, and now we know that Toni and Birdman are married.
According to DaBrat, Tamar and Birdman were together around 2003, long before Toni ever dated him, and before Toni introduced Tamar to Vince. DaBrat says Toni's relationship with Birdman came later, not earlier. So people blaming Tamar for something that happened years before Toni came into the picture are just reaching. And she pointed out that Tamar has always hyped Toni and Birdman up, even dressing herself and her son as Toni and Birdman for Halloween. That's the kind of supportive, playful stuff Tamar does, and DaBrat isn't here for anyone twisting it into something messy. This whole situation is chaos, and of course the internet jumped in. A lot of these celebrity men get passed around. They pretend it's the women, but the men be doing the same thing, getting played while thinking they're the players. Tamar been keeping the money flowing for that family. If it was the other way around, they would have dragged her, but Toni always gets a free pass. Yes, thank you for posting this. Before all these blogs existed, there was one called the Panty Report, and they reported years ago that Tamar and Birdman were a thing, but he got tired of her attitude. That's when she got with Vince. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Is DaBrat telling the truth? Or is this just Braxton family chaos like always? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives. See you in the next video.